I really think Tencent's design team deserves a bonus because this car is truly stunning. In fact, this car is arguably the most visually appealing and commercially successful car Tencent has ever produced. Furthermore, its performance is phenomenal. It accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 2 seconds and boasts over 1,000 horsepower. To put that into perspective, this puts a sports car on par with, or even surpasses, top international brands like Ferrari and Porsche. Therefore, this car deserves close scrutiny. Firstly, regarding its appearance, the design philosophy is to create a sense of dynamism even when stationary. You'll find that many sports cars look great in motion, but perhaps not so much when stationary. This car, however, utilizes numerous curved surfaces to achieve a sculpted look even when stationary. That sense of dynamism is created. Also, you'll actually see Ferraris. You'll find that the reason they look good is because they've done a great job of combining functionality with aesthetic design. The functionality is evident in the vent at the front of the car, which quickly directs airflow away from the front, effectively controlling downforce. Secondly, after adding the vent, you also need to maintain the overall aesthetic appeal of the front end. That takes a lot of skill from the designer. In terms of functionality, there are also LiDAR sensors below the headlights, indicating that this car also possesses the advanced driver assistance capabilities of the Denza Z 5.0 system. This means that while you can drive the sports car yourself, the driver assistance system can also modify the system for you, making it particularly suitable for long-distance driving. Continuing on this line of thought, as you can see, this car uses a convertible design. So, there are two relatively small seats in the back, somewhat like a 9111. The two rear seats are a box, so they're not very comfortable for regular passengers. They mainly serve the two front passengers, giving them a direct, open-air feel. Also, some cars have two colors depending on whether the roof is up or down. Currently, judging from the lines, at least in the open-air state, I think it's quite high-end. Looking from the front to the rear, you'll see it uses 255 front and 255 rear tires, not the dual tires commonly used in sports cars. There's a reason for this. This car uses an E3 powertrain architecture with dual motors at the rear. If all goes as expected, it might even have rear-wheel steering. Rear-wheel steering means that although this car is small and may not be aiming for a particularly small turning radius, a key point is that rear-wheel steering allows it to perform better at high speeds. It offers enhanced handling in extreme cornering situations, allowing for better traction from all four wheels. However, the rear-wheel steering means it requires more space in the wheel arches. So, even with a good roof and the roof folded down, if you still want to maintain rear-wheel steering, the rear wheels can't be too wide. Fortunately, the E3's inherent characteristics allow for moderate torsional control of the two rear wheels. This means that, unlike dual-motor cars, it doesn't easily slip when the power is too strong. The rear half of the car is also interesting. First, you'll notice two curved sections on the roof, reminiscent of the 911 space. Wow, in the past, this would have been a classic design. Secondly, you can also see an opening for airflow, so this car is quite particular about its drag coefficient and downforce. Secondly, at the rear, although it doesn't have a proper exhaust pipe, it still has a very, very large diffuser, making it highly recognizable from the rear. Finally, let's talk about the interior. Currently, it uses three colors, a combination of emerald green, white, and yellow. Personally, I think the combination of the three colors is a little jarring. If a more matching color were available in the future, the sense of luxury and sophistication in the cabin would be even better. Also, looking at the details, unlike other BYD models, this car retains a lot of physical buttons. I counted 5 buttons on the steering wheel alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Features like one-button boost mode, track mode, and even a dedicated button for the voice assistant are all located on the center console. Below the center screen, there are a series of physical buttons, including those for adjusting the air conditioning, etc. So, this car isn't just for everyday driving and track racing. It also lets you show off on city streets. You can enjoy the ride very comfortably.